sharing some gameplay from Gran Turismo Sport. First time putting anything on the YouTube channel, really. But what I wanted to share today is my first podium. So, I had the very first Gran Turismo way back on the PlayStation 1, but I've had a few throughout the time, but I've really had the itch lately, probably because of the quarantine and all these sim racers that I'm following on YouTube. So I've always sucked at the game. I've always admired the graphics and how accurate it is, but I've just been awful at it. I've always sucked at them. But like I said, watching all these videos, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna dive in again, and today I got my first podium, and we're gonna go through it here. It was a GR4 race on the Red Bull Ring. I really like the GR4 races. The cars are quick, they got a lot of grip, but they're not as bonkers as the GR3 and higher, so they're kind of the nice balance of... So here we go, qualified in P6, where most of my positions have been. This is probably about the 5th race I did today in a row. Usually anywhere from, this is the highest I qualified was 6th, and I was down. I've finished 4th quite a bit, but I've never gotten that first podium, so I was pretty darn. My first shot at doing this whole YouTube commentary. I'd like to actually live stream them while I'm doing them, but I don't know, I don't have a camera and it hasn't been as good, but after I got a podium and I was so excited, I figured, why the heck not share? So here we go, turn 1, always crazy. I decided to lay off a little bit and try to let everyone go crazy. Got driven in the grass a little bit and came on. Now this Dodge Viper here, this blue one, the Brazilian here, this dude is nuts. He's just, look at this, beating and banging on me. This goes on throughout the entire race, you'll see. I think he gets a few penalties and some other stuff. Dude is just, he's nuts. So turn 2, try to pitch it in tight. The Corvette there goes wide. I get a penalty. It didn't really say why. I don't know if it's thinking that I drove him off. I don't know, but I got a 1-second penalty I'm going to have to serve here in a bit. So I'm just trying to put some distance. I'm driving the Peugeot here, which I didn't actually own until I was qualifying earlier in my TT, and like the top 8 positions were all in this Peugeot. So I decided to go and get it, and it's really stable and easy to drive. That's probably why so many people are doing quick laps in it. You see that Porsche there? It just gets me on the inside. And I'm getting ready to serve my 1-second penalty here. That Dodge Viper taking out cars behind me. Alright, so there we serve our penalty. And here this dude's coming right on my tail. Bumps me in the back there. He's driving defensively, the guy behind him. Bumps me again right there. Bumps me, they're all over me. Just trying to ride my line here. Alright, back into turn 1. Go a little wide there. I've been nailing that turn. I think I was a little freaked out with that Dodge behind me and just overcooked it going into that turn, but not too punished too bad there. It looks like, I mean, it's hard to believe I podium this race. I'm 6th right now, and I got so much ground to make up. This McLaren though up here just had to serve a penalty, which lets me catch up to him. The Porsche went wide there in that turn, so that gives me a little bit of an opening. And me and this McLaren here, we have a little back and forth, which is pretty clean, pretty good racing. Sweet paint job. He gets the inside there, I let him have it. Don't want to push it too much right now. I think I got the faster car. So I decided to just lay back and let him make a mistake. Honestly, the best way to drive this game is just to try to run your line and let people make mistakes. Right on his bumper, we're driving the same line. Try to draft him a little bit here, try to get tucked in right behind him, and then I'm going to shoot out on the inside. A little clean move there, I think. He left the inside open. put my nose in there a little bit, still, but I'm going to get him on the straight here. As I said, my car was a little faster on the straight. Just kind of hung in there. And there we take it. Nice overtake, pretty clean. He bumps me a little bit there in the back, but the nice thing about these kind of daily races is some of those minor contacts don't seem to really mess with you too much unless someone just deliberately rams right into you. Alright, so now we're in 5th. That Dodge is still lurking behind me. I got my sights set on, I think it's that yellow, that gray and yellow Porsche. He's got a penalty that he's getting ready to serve. I think it's only a half-second one now, so it's not going to give me a ton of... But just that little hiccup, that little blip, lets me get right up on his bumper here. And I run it wide. I think I was so concerned with trying to take advantage of his penalty that I drove it in a little too hard in that turn, but no harm done. That Viper made up some ground on me, but... Alright, you can see him a little squirrely there. He takes that wide line. I was trying to take the inside line on these turns. Missed the curb there a little bit. That section right there was troublesome for me. I always was losing ground all night on those turns there. Way wide from the Porsche, but again, settings on these races are a little friendly, but he went wide again, 2 straight turns, and that gave me my opening. So we're up into P4. And there, the Dodge took out somebody else. I'm telling you, that dude was a maniac. His driver rating has got to be like the worst. So, I mean, from right here, I'm way off of P3. At this point, I'm driving defensively. I'm strictly looking at the gap to 4, or to 5 to the Viper. And I'm not even thinking about catching up to 3rd place. Like, I don't know how it happened, but you'll see here in a minute. I think, what lap is this? Is it? Here we go. It doesn't actually tell you. I'm sure there's a button that will tell me what lap it is, but I don't know. I think we're coming up on the last lap. So anyway, the Dodge is right on me, and I know if he gets even within, there you go, I knew if he got within striking distance, he was going to lay it in me. Look at him, he's poking and peeking and trying to get on the inside quarter panel so he can take me out. I'm just trying to stretch when I can. Comes in, bumps me again. I could always give it a little bit in the straight though. I pulled him in the straights. I think he honestly just brakes late. So there's, you see the caution light comes on. But this isn't where I think it's good. There he is, yep. That Porsche spun out, I guess, massively. So at this point, it's the last lap. It is the last lap of the race. I wasn't expecting to be in 3rd. At this point, my heart is pounding. I mean, pounding. My hands are shaking, not just because I'm in 3rd place and I haven't gotten a podium, but I know that this Dodge is behind me, and if he gets even a sniff of the ability to take me out and take 3rd, he's going to do it. So I am just trying desperately to keep a gap. At this point, I think I was a little bit over a second, and I was just trying to keep it right around a second to where he couldn't close in and take me out. He's glitching a little bit there. Just trying to hit my lines. At this point, between all the races I've done this track tons of laps. And I told you this section was what I was awful at, but I actually hit it pretty well. I think I got my best sector time on this last lap, which is pretty good. Hug the inside, didn't quite get the curb. Again, man, my palms are sweating, heart pounding. He goes wide, but again, doesn't matter. Coming down, last turn. He's right there, but I got it, because I know I got him in the straights. Woo! Oh, that was intense. That's probably the most intense I've felt since probably the first raid I ever finished in Destiny after trying a bunch of times, and the first time I ever won like a Battle Royale mode. And it was just down to 2 people at the end, but that was intense. 3rd place again. I was settled for 4th. Didn't even think 3rd would be an option, but guy in front wiped out, and I take home my first podium. I was pretty excited. Anyway, like I said, I'm working on. I'd love to get a camera, and I'd love to get a steering wheel and the whole 9. I'm currently only playing with a controller, but I will work on getting a better setup, and I'm going to continue to feed off of this awesome first podium. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you like this kind of thing, or keep doing more of them. But for now, this is Ryan signing off.